I think we're good to start.
Ooh,
Let me just read your bio again.
yes.
Um, Sorry about the chaos, everybody. um, Marie Lopez is an MFA in creative writing candidate at the New School. She lives in Brooklyn and is a single woman. And yeah, you're good to go.
Cool. So I'll just start. This is a sonnet, and it's called Every Other Sunday, or a sonnet isn't too hard to love. I must get high with you when I am young with you, without desire, loved for years, your stealth and arrogance, but not for long, admired, no reasons why or how we'd bear, your hands in mine, and ice cream or it snowed. It was a mirage made in space, too late. Your hips untasted, chocolate was good, and so was I and you, at best polite. Lecherous though, I would give it all, yes, late, impatience, and ill luck too old, gone 20 years behind, oh well, to all some sexless dreams or laughter after school, when sacred at night I could have been your wife, or else begrudge each day now lost to life. This is a new one. It's called Having Sex on Earth's Orbit. You must have a mind of summer, locus of my ground, apple of my solar anus, ready for the inevitable fall. How easily sucked in, both fish, my dreams I bought I'll drown, my book, clean sacks of sun, my hot little ticket with a penchant for salt. I stop mid-fuck to watch you hold your cock. God, you look as sore as a broken wing. I suddenly want to eat stir fry. I remembered I stole a lover's discourse from the library. I suppose I should feel same to want to see further than heaven allows, to want to see you squirm your entire life. You tie me to the bed frame, I tie you to the gas stove. I sigh in delight and disdain. Another baby-faced dictator. I have nothing to gain, surplus and never resisting a bad idea. Come what may, and may it be a symphony of adagio. You cannot obtain me comfort or undo. Women bray at the concept of another see you soon. How am I doing with time? Could I read like one or two more?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool. This is a Pantoum poem. It's called Dolphin Mall. When I was 16, I worked at a Polo Ralph Lauren in Dolphin Mall, Miami, Florida. I stole crisp button-down shirts, one in mauve, another in gender-affirming boy blue, another in white. It was thought that most of the thieves were employees. I stole crisp button-down shirts. We can argue over the definition of the word take versus the word steal, but in this little parable of marital give and take, the last word is very much hers to.
You're on mute, Marie.
Whoops, I don't know how that happened. We can argue over the definition of the word take versus the word steal, but I think it's a good day to think about plastic and PTSD instead. A life worth living is one where you stand in the wind instead of hearing the wind about to arrive. But I think it's a good day to think about plastic and PTSD instead. Desire exists prior to being desired. The stovetop glows red. The swampland was never conscious, hence it was never forgotten. When I was 16, I worked at a Polo Ralph Lauren in Dolphin Mall, Miami, Florida. I'll read one last little one. This one's called Who Gets to Have a Redemption Arc? Not even to avenge or betrayal of indifference, intimacy, a silo of smoke, tunnel, lulls. Try translating a gun into a color. Found trinkets, fresh lawns sealed. Brooklyn in May, the O in June, yielding after a jaunt, and the skyline with no guests for the first time. A dive into pollen, twins, misguided heart re-enters, inscribed or stolen. I like this better, don't you? There's two options to be had, bricks or accountability. Rocked by a flux of never exhausted thought, I have no wish to a circle of polished headstones. Now in reverse. Is this what a gun looks like against a veneer? Witness so far, it's the door's adornment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next we have Jamie. Let me just pin your video. Jamie Hood is an out-of-work bartender, perpetually lovelorn angel, Twitter's most earnest sweetheart. Debut collection, How to Be a Good Girl, drops in Cleveland later this year. She lives, writes, tries, and dog moms in Brooklyn.
Hi. Oh, I forgot to ask. Do we still have 10 minutes or is that shifted?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. So now I'm all nervous about getting hacked again. So I'm going to read. Basically, I've been working on two main projects during the pandemic. So I'm going to read two poems from the first one, which is called Sexual Dependencies. And I am going to read one long one from the other one, the debut collection. And so neither of the first two are titled. So I'll just go like this. All right. Mostly I push my tits up in mirrors, attend to them to indict symmetry. This is beauty's truth, also truth's beauty. In the bar bathroom, I'd like to shove it up my nose. I'd like to shove Keats up me, find if a fuck boy can cry like I can. Or am I obscene? I thought we'd come to the precipice of high and low and said we might reside here. Do not mistake me. I love a fuckboy. I watch them cough up diamonds and slaw my skin off to make room for my morning gown. Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art. And yet here I lie, bedtime blow-up girl. I cry when they leave. God, my phone never rings. All of this to say, I need you each and every fucking hour, that weight in the chest, that ache in the hips. Pigeon pose draws tears, can't go to yoga without crying. Damned permeations, God. Brendan says I see the world through two lights, desire, dominion. I confess he's right, in as much as I've no belief but desire. Attic dense, ionic, dark matter dance, photographic negative, constituting the silent shape the world leans upon. Desire, accreting powder skin about space, time, old desire to traverse across their intersections. And so exit one shit situation on into the next. No. There are no such teleologies, just side strides across Monopoly squares. I live on instinct. Anything more has only brought me grief. I tire pretending I am anything but want. What is it? Desire. Some sludge excreted, longing leaves bodies dumbfounded, better dead than desirous. Still here we lie, all alive, all dying. So actually, I wrote a poem this morning, which is not that long, which I think I'm gonna push in here real quick. And this also doesn't have a title. I hate titling poems. And Eve, if I'm running close to 10, just let me know. I think I should be okay right now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Cool. Okay, so untitled. There is a memory of a feeling of a desire, boring into the stamen of the flower, as I have borne its milk scent like a saint, my mouth painted for some enigmatical enunciation, puckering, plumped, devotional. The angels, if they are spying, might step in for a moment, take a shift. How I hate to consider the exploitation of labor, but aren't they supposed to be on the damned clock? Or could we organize them? their billions of eyes, gazing into infinitude, orchestrate salvation. And it is a hard life here, short, hard, splintering, as the old desk corner you keep knocking your shin into, that irrevocable bruising just over bone, which reminds you of itself in perpetuity. And there is some ambiguous loss here at that bone front here in the dull, thudding skull, leaking calcium so privately, some loss, yes, here. In the bed where I have been loved, but mostly left. Here, I say, in that poetic, grandstanding way which insinuates I might be, in my particular personhood, a gesture of the trauma of time intervening in its own contexts. And all time is ambiguous loss, I think, listening to the woman on my favorite radio show with Krista Tippett, who asks of each guest if they had a spiritual upbringing, although I did not. Her voice soothes. It holds the world delicately, even as she returns to that loss here, there, all around us. And I am remembering the death of a planet, remembering absence as we all do. It lies behind the initiation of the birth event, remembering God, the way the little fingertip grip bruises that jitterbugged small revolutions across my hips and ass felt like some profundity, a cartography of your love gone now, diverting from all which precedes and all follows, absence, metaphysically suggestive of itself, absence, leading the way, should there be one, to a kind of irrevocable moment, crystalline, for the future traveler who might find themselves astounded that we, any of us, were present at all or loving. So I keep fresh cut flowers in each room, like the song, like the longing. S says, why bother if they just die? And I say, why bother if we all do? As I spoon honey into the vase, arranging stems, abiding their little cut lives, abiding mine.
Thank you. Okay. In the interest of time, I'm going to go ahead and introduce Christina. Thank you, Jamie, for reading. Okay. So, Christina Svenson lives and writes in Oakland, California. Her work has appeared in Vice, Slate, Insider, Hobart, Lest, among others. And her Twitter handle is Angel Vice Shaggy. Everyone should go find her. But yeah, it was a pleasure to work with Christina on Dollop, and I'm really excited.
Yay. Thanks everyone for coming, and thank you Marie and Jamie. I am so honored to be reading next to you guys, and thank you Eve for everything around the book. I'm just so happy to have it in the world. So honored to have this reading Zoom bombed. It just means that someone's trying to sabotage us and our very powerful poetry reading. So I'm just going to read a few poems from Dollop, which is out now. And yeah, I'll just do it until our time runs out. This one is called Commute Games. The truck marked Deverly's drives by like it's mine. We share a look. On the train platform, I pick a good stranger, stare them deep in the eyes like it's our baby's first step. On my way back home, I spot my favorite woman, the one with the stickers on the soles of her stilettos. No one has told her yet. Convexed. This is a love poem. When we sleep, I spoon you. I wedge minuscule oranges between us until you notice, and if we make juice, we go to hell. We're two pieces of glass stuck inside red Jell-O that your mom hands you after dinner. She wipes the Jell-O on her white apron, all slow. So anyway, we're the glass inside the Jell-O we can never ever touch, and you're a bigger shard than I am, or actually, I am a tiny pearl stuck inside a child's shoe, but she thinks I'm a rock because that's what they taught her in school, that rocks live in shoes and not pearls. This is about a perfume that's extremely recognizable that my aunt wears. Thierry Mugler's Angel. Musk, rot, and damp earth. Saccharine, cavernous. A heavy affectation. A continental accent. Something slathered, a curtained shadow, the leaving of a room. I've been called cherubic more than once, I'll have you know. Going to the beach and letting one pork sandwich drip all over my belly, watching it recede into my navel watering hole. Hannah says, let's take thirst traps on the pool table, and my eyes fill with tears. You have no idea how much that means to me. Together, we are the antithesis of hungover. Round, tart, full, ready to bake. I have to say, it feels really weird not hearing like creaking noises or like people coughing or like shifting around uncomfortably. I feel like they should add that in Zoom. This one is untitled. The striped KFC wall looks perfect tonight. Streetlight coated peppermint. I'm sitting at the laundromat across the way, deciding what deserves to be folded, when I have an announcement to make. I've come to a conclusion. I want you to pull me all the way to the ocean. In this world, you feed me with a huge spoon. I will never have to clean the grout between the tiles. Irrevocably, I become swaddled for life. On the 88 bus, 4 p.m. light. I wear green latex gloves to stop myself from handling anything without an in-between. I eat the edges of almond croissants for lunch. I let myself lie there, a comfortable lump. Just perfect now. Gratefully suffocated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's me, shoveling through my contentment, happy to be here. Hunched down, guess my invitation got lost between my thighs. I'm sorry I'm so late and so unbearably sexy. It's not appropriate. We're having a wonderful time, frothy at worst. If you put things on a boat, people like them better. I never understood that, but this I know for sure. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Everything is learned, and that's what hurts. No one will tell you until you figure it out. Dress pockets are entrapment, work is extortion, etc. Do you think that the plain cows get jealous of the spotted cows for being so pretty? Do they coo as they look in pocket mirrors stuck between fence holes, going, oh my God, I'm so beautiful? Or do they keep it real? Eve, do I have time for one more, or are we going to be booted from this Zoom chat?
You're good.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just looking through the actual book to see if there's anything else that calls my name. I'm going to read the first poem from the collection. Removing or adding holes to an object for the purpose of clarity. To stick my hand inside the center of a melon and let it sit is to meet eyes with that which is trying to put its hands up my fabric on any given night. It's too dark to see, but often to see, you shouldn't turn on any light. To turn on every light in a room in a big house is to see nothing at all. Okay, I think that's it.
Yay. Thank you everyone for coming. If you could unmute yourselves and snap. You're also free to turn on your video if you want to talk. Yeah. I'm also trying to figure out who Promise Keepers is.
Yeah, I love that name.
Oh my God, hi. I was worried you were a hacker. Promise keepers. Also, everyone, if you haven't already, you should pre-order Christina's book, and it's also available as a PDF on our website. But yeah, thank you all for coming, and I hope you have a nice night wherever you are. Bye.
Let him.